It's your girl Naya, back with a new episode this week. It's still Black History Month, and what other way to start this week with another Black business owner. This week we have Miss Ashley Blake.
Hi.
Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing really good.
That's great. Can you please tell the audience a little bit about yourself and your background?
My name is Ashley Blake. I am a graduate of FIU. I model, I own a business, Queen's Things, and also a marketing consulting company, The Gold Agency, and I enjoy life.
Amen. Amen. What was life like for you growing up?
Oh, I had fun. I had a lot of fun. You ever seen that show, Everybody Hates Chris?
Yes.
That's my daddy. That's my daddy. So my daddy was as cheap as it can get, but we had so much fun. Like we never noticed, like I never noticed that anything was going on. I didn't notice that I was in the hood. I didn't notice that I was in the socioeconomic class. I didn't notice any of that.
You was just happy having fun.
I was happy and having fun.
What was your biggest dream as a child?
I wanted to do theater. Oh my gosh, I wanted.
What school did you go to first of all?
What grade?
Middle school and high school.
Middle school, I went to Madison Middle, the baddest school in Dade County. And I was saved when I got accepted to William H. Turner Technical Arts Senior High School. I was in the Public Service Academy, Criminal Justice, and that's where Ashley bloomed and blossomed, and that's where I grew. Turner Tech groomed me. They did.
I just saw you there the other day. What exactly were you doing?
So I actually started an alumni association.
Okay.
We never had one, so our school, we need that support of seeing the products of Turner Tech and seeing who's come through and what they've done. So one day I went back to do a presentation. I've been going back for the last 4 years, and I noticed, I'm like, where's the alumni association?
Right. Nobody likes to go back to their high school after they graduate.
I have to. It's mandatory for me. The things that I've done in college that I didn't know I could do,
right.
I'm like, I should go back and share this with the students, because a lot of students don't know that, when you're in school, it's more than just going to class.
Right.
I've studied abroad, I've been a student ambassador, I've done so many things in college, and I felt like if I would have known this when I was a sophomore, junior, I could have better prepared to be in a position to do those things in college. So that drove me to make sure I went back. So I spoke with the student activities director, and she let me know, we don't have an association. I'm like, well, I'm starting one.
So what do you like to do for fun or in your spare time?
Ooh. It's between eating.
You're so fat.
I know. I love
Skinny people are the fattest people.
Listen, when I find a new restaurant or a good concept or something new, flavorful, I'm in it.
What's your favorite restaurant in Miami?
Oh my gosh. So hard. Right now.
Okay, soul food wise.
Soul food. I'm gonna go with Shuckin' and Jivin'.
Really?
I love Shuckin' and Jivin'. Shout out to Tayon. But I really like in Wynwood, it's this place called Q. It's spelled Kyu. They have these soft shell crab steam buns.
You're so fat.
They have this Thai stone spot with crab in it. They have this beef. I get the same thing every time I go. It's my favorite thing to eat. But I like to eat. And I like adventure, something new, something exciting, something that I've never done before, and especially traveling. If there's a place I've never been before, I'm out.
We all know you travel a lot. What has been your favorite country that you visited thus far?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with Tanzania.
Really?
Because it was just a milestone in my life. That was my first time in Africa. It was a study abroad. It was my senior year. It was my last semester. So it was that transitioning point for me where I was able to have this self-awareness and this talk with myself, okay, Ashley, this is your senior year, it's your last semester. When I come back from Tanzania, I'm graduating. So I was able to immerse myself in this culture, and I was learning Swahili, and I was there so long that I had this new life you know, in Arusha, and it was like my introduction to Africa, and in this moment where I realized what it meant to be an African American. So that was like my favorite for those reasons.
So what has life been like for you after you left high school?
It's been all over the place. I thought I was going to be in law school and be a lawyer and a public defender and fight injustice and everything. And other doors started opening, and other things that have always been inside of me that I've been trying to suppress, with like my creativity and wanting to be more, you know, more out there. I'm like, I'm going with it.
So what school did you attend in Miami?
For college?
Yes.
I went to the great Florida International University.
Ew.
The Panthers. Listen, we beat UM. I'm so proud. We beat UM.
In what?
Football. We've been beating everybody and everything. We have the #2 model UN in the nation.
Ooh, okay.
Yes. Okay. And we were the first school in the ICCAE. Look for us, international relations.
Okay. So what did you major in?
International relations and national security, with a study focus in sub-Saharan Africa.
Are you currently working in your field or no?
No. So I did my last study abroad, which was with the State Department. I did my research over in East Africa. And when I came back, politics was just different. I came back, y'all got a new president. He was wilding. And just right now with the social climate, I'm not willing to move overseas. And there were just other things that kept me here. You know, I have my family.
So you would move to Africa if you had the chance?
I would move to sub-Saharan Africa, East Africa. A very specific region is where I wouldn't mind relocating.
Why is that?
It's just where I've done a lot of my research. I understand the culture there now. I learned Swahili. I understand the Homo sapien origins of the Maasai and the different indigenous groups that are there. It's just a place that I feel like I would best be able to assert myself and do good.
Right. So some of you guys may or may not know that Ashley is a brand ambassador and a model for many different companies. Can you tell the audience, what companies have you worked with thus far?
Oh, so I'll say this. One of my favorite shoots, and one of my first time being flued out, honey. They flew me to the Pink Sands Resort in Bahamas. I did the spring break campaign for Victoria's Secret Pink. That was a lot of fun.
What year was this?
This was in 2015.
Wow.
I was excited when I got booked. I was like, what? They want the natural girl? Okay. And I did Adidas. That was a really fun campaign. It was with Tori Bowie, the Olympic runner. Right. So it was a campaign showing that the Adidas is for a professional athlete and the average athlete. So they put me on a track with an Olympic gold medalist and was like, run.
I hope you outran them.
I did not. She definitely ran slow to make me look normal. But and I'm loving right now Pretty Little Things. I'm one of their influencers. I love it. I love it. The clothes is high quality and so trendy.
So do you prefer them over Fashion Nova?
Of course. Pretty Little Things.
Why is that?
First of all, the customer service. When you go to the pop-up, and when you, even via email, just like the friendliness and how willing they are to help you to, you know, I tell them I have an event or I have this holiday coming up and I need something specific, I can give them like inspo, and like they find me something.
Listen, customer service is everything.
Everything. And Ketlin, well, she's from Miami and she's right now in the influencer marketing program for Pretty Little Things. She is amazing. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see like my last few posts, Pretty Little Things. Like that's what I wear. That is what I wear.
What is your definition of a brand ambassador today?
Oh, a brand ambassador.
I feel like sometimes it's used loosely.
Yes. Instagram, you know, once you get a 10K, everyone's
Right.
like, oh, I'm an influencer, I'm a brand ambassador. I think that with influencing, when you're able to say something and people do it, right? So it's more than just having the audience. If I post a link and you click it and you follow through to whatever that call to action was, then you're influencing.
Right.
So if I literally wear this and you say, because I saw Ashley in
Right.
it, I know that I can also wear it, and then you go and get it. That's what influencing is. So when for brand ambassadors, it's just a branch of influencing. You know, you choose this brand that you can align with, whether it's their values, their morals, or just what the trend is at the time, and you go with it.
So I was on your Instagram page yesterday, and I noticed that you're someone who's very actively in the community, specifically Miami Gardens. How has that been for you?
Miami Gardens is a beautiful city. I've seen its growth. I remember when it was Carroll City.
Right, the hood.
And it is becoming such a beautiful and vibrant city. Like, the leadership there is amazing, and what they're doing with bringing developments and preparing the city for all future endeavors. Just the fact that Hard Rock Stadium, like, look at what,
Right, it's
what
so
is-
beautiful.
It's beautiful, and look at what we're able to host. You know, we had Super Bowl just how long ago, you know? Miami Open. These are all new things that were never in the northern part of Miami-Dade County, and look at it now. Look at
We're
all of
usually
these.
excluded from these things.
Usually, but not anymore, honey.
Right.
Under great leadership, you know, with Mayor Oliver Gilbert, he has been doing his thing when it comes to development, when it comes to growing the city, when it comes to progress. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
So as you can see, she's currently wearing a shirt that says Queen on it. Can you tell the audience exactly what your business is and what do you have going on right now?
So I have an e-commerce brand. It's called Queen's Things. This was my passion project when I was in college. It was during that bad bitch era. And it was, you know, people would say, oh, you're a bad bitch, like, you know, you look good. And I knew what they meant. They were saying, like, you're doing great things, you're doing good. And it's like, well, why call me that?
Right.
Like, I've always been Queen Ashley. My dad calls me that because he says I act like everybody works for me. He's like, oh, you think you the queen, right? So
I met my match. Huh?
so I've always been Queen Ashley, and I thought about it. I started a blog on Instagram, like this, you know, one of those pages where you get to express yourself, but nobody knows it's you. And I was just speaking on like how women should be and how they should carry themselves, and this lack of confidence that I just saw within our generation. Right. And I got a comment that said, "We want a T-shirt." Now,
And
mind
that was
y'all,
it. You just took it and ran.
right? Mind y'all, the girl went to school for international relations. Okay, I was going into diplomacy, not fashion, merchandising, anything like that. So I was like, okay, well, if they want it,
I'm gonna give
it to you. So I learned how to make a website, and I started there, and I redefined the definition of a queen, because the definition at the time was just, if you Googled it, it would say like a king's wife, right? Which implies that you need a man in order to be a queen.
Right.
And then the second definition was like a drag queen, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna redefine queen to make it totally inclusive. So it's me, you, her, us, all of us, we're queens.
And that's what her shirt says.
And that's how it started. So once I started doing the t-shirts and I got my first 10 sales, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and keep going. As I was in college, it was income, it was working, the page was growing. I was happy.
So why do you think a lot of women today, they don't really classify themselves as queens?
I think it's due to who we have as role models, right?
Okay.
You know, everyone looks up to someone else different. I love Beyonce, I love Michelle Obama, right? So these are women who I see how they carry themselves, I see how they maneuver, the things that they say, the things that they pay attention to. And not everyone does that. So I think based on who you look up to is who you classify yourself as, right? Like if you look up to Meg Thee Stallion, you call yourself a hot girl, right? You look up to Beyonce, you call yourself a queen.
Right.
So it has a lot to do with just social media and trends. Like I've been seeing a rise in people calling themselves queen now.
True.
Everyone wants to be natural now. Everyone wants to be a queen now. And it's like we've been doing this since the beginning of time. Like it wasn't a trend for us. This was a lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about women today?
Oh, we're popping. We've always been popping. Women have always, we've always been it.
Do you feel as though women today are degrading their self-worth due to social media?
I will say, in regards to Instagram, because of like the obsession with likes and comments, that women see what's getting the most response, right? You know, of course, historically, you know, we're these sexual objects, you know, we're beautiful. So the more you show of that, the more you get a response.
Right.
So I think it's
The
causing
more you're
women.
classified as beautiful.
Right. And I think that's causing women to want to be that and go more into that. So they start to show less, you know, just to get likes, because we've accepted likes as validation. If you don't get 1,000 likes, it's like, I got to delete it. I got to start over. They don't like me.
Right.
What did I do wrong? I should have put the other one up,
Right.
you know? So I wouldn't say that women are degrading themselves. I think that we're just giving too much power to strangers.
So what difficulties did you face within your business when you just started?
Money. Again, I was in college, so just finding the inspiration. Like, I knew I wanted to do it, but it was like, how? Like,
Right.
where? Like, what's first? Do I get the website? Do I get the Instagram? Do I get the orders
Was
first?
Instagram even popping back in 2015? It
Yes,
wasn't.
it was.
Sure?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I fully transitioned from Facebook to Instagram. Facebook is for family now. It's just like for family overseas to see updates.
True.
But just finding the process, because it was my first time ever starting a business. I didn't know
Exactly
what was
what to
first.
do.
I was like,
Right.
you know, I started learning about the LLC and how to get a bank account and how to accept the money. So it was just a lot of reading online, a lot of asking other business owners, a lot of going to my advisor, asking her questions that didn't have nothing to do with school, you know?
So how did you find a reasonable manufacturing company to start up with your inventory?
Trial and error. I was struggling with trying to be made in the USA versus what's cheaper. And I decided to go with something that was in the USA. I found a factory in California, and it was just a series of samples. Sample after sample after sample. And these different blends, they have cotton blends, poly blends, and I'm like, what does this
Different
mean?
cuts.
Yeah, oh, V-neck. I'm like, what is the
Right.
difference? I don't know.
I just need a regular shirt.
I just wanted a
with this
shirt,
on it.
and I want you to say this. That's all
Right.
I wanted. So just going through all those samples, and samples cost, right? So it's not that they send it to me in this package deal. It's like every time they print one and send it to me, I'm like, no, this isn't it, and they send another one. So once I found that perfect blend for my fabric, and then I found like these different designs that I felt like, okay, this is cute for summer. This is cute for any day.
Right.
Done deal.
So about how much inventory would you say you started up with in the beginning?
My first order was 10 shirts. It was 10 shirts.
As long as you started.
As long as I started, I had 10 shirts. I had 9 really, because I was wearing one. And once those sold, I used that money, reinvested it, bought 100. Went from 100, my biggest order, 1,000. And then once I sold those out, I was like, all right, because the more you buy, when you buy in bulk,
It's cheaper.
So once I started noticing how many I was moving a week, I'm like, I can make that investment and buy a bulk amount and just go in on my marketing and sell them all.
So did you ever switch manufacturing companies?
No, I stayed with them.
What would you say is the most effective marketing tactic that you use today?
Influencer marketing. I started running ads, and when you run ads, it's good for, I would say, with retargeting. So I wouldn't try to get my initial customer off of an ad. I would try to retarget a customer from an ad. So with influencer marketing, different girls on Instagram and Twitter, I reached out to them, they agreed, and they produced content, and it went up from there.
Can you name some of the popular influencers that you've worked with today?
Oh, my favorites, B. Simone. When B. Simone wore my shirt, I was like,
What was that feeling for you?
I was like, that's my girl. Because she tagged us and everything. I was like, oh my gosh, that's my girl. Because I've sent to big influencers before, and they'll wear it, and I have to catch it.
Right.
but
because they don't tag it.
Because they don't tag you, right? They feel like, oh, if you didn't go through like their whole contracting process, that they're not going to tag you, right? She tagged us, and I was like, that's my girl. Also, Nerissa, Miss Yoni Poppin, loved like when she wore.
I could see her in. I think I've seen her in.
Yeah, she had the off the shoulders crop top. She killed it. So those are like my two favorites.
So before you leave today, we're going to do a little fun segment called Name That Queen. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to read a little brief description and you have to guess who I'm talking about.
Okay.
Okay? You ready?
Yes.
Okay. So she's an American singer who has a daughter with the name of a color. She was born
Girl, stop, please. That's my mother, Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter.
Okay, you got it. You got it. Next. Born in St. James, Port of Spain, raised in Queens, New York, known for her colorful costumes and wigs, often referred to as the Queen of Rap.
Nicki Minaj.
Okay, you got two. You ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay. You sure? Okay. Born into poverty, an American talk show host, actress, and philanthropist, she is known for being one of the wealthiest Black women in the world. She has no children, but she's married.
That's Oprah.
How did you know that?
And I don't think Oprah's married to Stedman. She's married to
Oh, she
him?
not married?
I think he just lived with her.
Really?
That's a living man.
Hey, whatever you want to call it, he's been there.
That's definitely Oprah. Talk show host?
You're right. So that's three. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Born in Tuskegee, Alabama, known as the First Lady of Civil Rights and the mother of the Freedom Movement, became an international icon of resistance to racial segregation and was known for the Montgomery bus boycott.
Rosa Parks.
Definitely. She was definitely a queen for what she did. A great influence.
One of the first.
Okay, ready for the last one? So you have 4 out of 5.
What do I win?
I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later. Okay, so you have one more to go.
Okay.
American lawyer and writer, graduate of Princeton and Harvard, served as a role model for women. She has 2 daughters and is the wife of the 44th president.
Now, we all know that the 41st president was none other than the Barack Hussein Obama. So that is Queen Michelle Obama.
Yes, you got all 5 right. So before we leave here today, are you working on any upcoming projects?
Oh, yes, of course. So I recently started Queen on a Quest, which is my travel blog. I've been to over 15 countries and I've been documenting it, and I want to share it with others so that they know like these are things that are out here and anybody can travel, whether you're on a budget, whether you want to go the luxury route, whether you want to go study abroad route, you know?
Right.
And I'm launching my YouTube
Yay.
later this year. I have so many hours of content that I need to go ahead and put out there.
Can you give us a little brief synopsis of what your YouTube channel will be about?
Oh, so it's going to be mostly travel, and it's going to be traveling with giving back. Okay. So one of my pet peeves is when someone goes somewhere and, like, for example, I went to Haiti, right? I went to volunteer with Médecins Sans Frontières, and I stayed in Jacmel and Pétionville, which are what we know Haiti to be, right? This beautiful place. But all that they promote here is Port-au-Prince, right? Like every place, every country has that city that is not the best.
Right.
So when
including Miami,
right? And when we go to these countries, I went with this idea of what I thought Haiti was going to be. And when I got there, I was like, this is beautiful. This place was amazing. So I felt like anytime I travel, I wanted to, of course, go to the luxury side and go to these restaurants and do all these excursions and all the beautiful things. But I need to give something back. Right. So when I went to Haiti, I also volunteered.
That's good.
And everywhere I go, I try to do something where I'm giving back to where I'm taking so much from.
That's good. So do you have any positive advice that you would like to leave with the audience?
Yes. Queen, stay confident, Stay you. Be your best self. Put you first. Self-love is the best love. And always wear your crown.
In that order. I see you wore your natural hair today.
I wear it every day.
Would you rather get a perm or shave it bald? You look startled.
I'm gonna go with shave it bald. I'd rather start from the bottom.
Oh, you're right.
I'd rather start over before I perm it. You know, when I was a kid, my mama had me permed, and the moment I had the courage and the authority to say no,
That's it.
that's
enough.
it, I did.
And I'm sure your hair is healthier today than it was
Very
with all those
much.
chemicals in it.
Very much.
So I have another question. Would you rather be Beyonce for a day or Michelle Obama?
You know, okay. Am I Michelle Obama when Obama was president or now?
When he was president.
I'll be Beyonce for a day.
Why is that?
You know, I think I have more fun. I think Michelle's having fun now, but I feel like when
It was more stressful for her.
Yeah, definitely a lot of stress when he was in office. Definitely.
Okay, last question. Would you rather run the world or just exist in it?
I'm a Virgo, you know, and I like to know what's happening next. I would rather run the world. I would rather run the world. I'm proactive. I'm not reactive. So I'd rather be ahead of it than enduring it.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for stopping by today. I really, really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. But I didn't come empty-handed. Of course, a queen deserves her own queen tea.
Thank you so much. Y'all see my shirt?
Twins.
Thank you so much. I
You
really,
are
really
so
appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out
Queens Things at www.queens.com.
And can you also tell them your Instagram page?
My personal Instagram is @AshleyBlake_. My business Instagram is @ShopQueensThings.
Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel right here, right now. I'll see you all next week.